down to our third objectives, the evolution of global marketing. Marketing is essentially the activity, set of institution and processes of creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings that have value for customers, clients, partners, and society at large. Marketing is not only much broader than selling, but also encompasses the entire company's market orientation towards customer satisfaction in a competitive environment. In other words, marketing strategy requires close attention to both customers and competitors. But the problem is, marketers have focused excessively on satisfying customers' needs while ignoring competitors. Because of the reality that business cannot get away with the impact of competition, there are rising numbers of business who engage themselves into venturing outside their home country. Companies tend to evolve over time, accumulating international business experience and learning the advantage and disadvantage associated with the complexities of manufacturing and marketing around the world. A key point here is that many companies are constantly under competitive pressure to move forward, both reactively and proactively. Remember, according to Mark Twain, if you stand still, you will get run over.
To answer our objectives, here are 5 stages in evolution of market. First, domestic marketing. Their marketing strategy is developed based on information about domestic customers' needs and wants, industry trends, and economic and technological, political environments at home.
Everything started home-based or within the country itself. The attitude of ethnocentrism arises where the marketers think that they hold domination without the thought of possible change. Change in lifestyle and market segments, emerging competitions, and better products that they have yet to arrive in the domestic market. Example, you have established a company selling skincare products in the Philippines, dominating in the south part of the country. In that thought, your establishment has a strong foundation in the Philippines because this is where it all started.
Second, export marketing. This begins with unsolicited orders from foreign customers, gradual realization with the benefit of marketing overseas, the result of the gradual adjustment to please international clients.
Export marketing has a step out. Because business is a newbie to exporting, they're relying on export management companies or trading companies to handle their export businesses. The production is made within the country, thus, ethnocentrism is still evident because in this phase, the foreign clients adapt to the product. Example, back in the skincare product. The skincare product dominates in the southern part of the Philippines, reaches out Japan and Indonesia. In this phase, clients from Japan and Indonesia adapts to your product, which is Philippine-based.
Third, international marketing. Once export marketing becomes vital to the system of the business, it would gradually seek expansion, growth, and development.
International marketing phase is the shift of business to polycentric concept because it does not anymore pleases the local client, but it adapts to the country where the business takes place in. This way, the business will consider 2 ways to exercise the product. First is, the company may allocate a certain portion of its manufacturing capacity to export its business, so you apply exporting, still in the Philippines made, but to be exported in the other country. Second, a company may even begin manufacturing locally, well, to the prospect country, considering transportation costs, tariffs, and other regulation fees. Multi-domestic marketing happens when the business takes international marketing to extreme, creating independent foreign subsidiaries in each and every foreign markets, and have each of the subsidiaries operate independently of each other without any measurable headquarters control. There will be different product lines, product positioning, and pricing may be observed across those boundaries. This can only be done if the customer's needs are so different across different national markets that no common products or promotional strategy can be developed. Back to the skincare product example, the skincare product that dominates the south part of the country or the Philippines reaches Japan, Korea, Indonesia, Malaysia through exports only.
Fourth stage is multinational marketing. As the company markets its product in many countries around the world, the management consider regional bases where benefit of economic scale in product development, manufacturing, and marketing can be consolidated.
Multinational marketing. The rise of difficulty of occupying a market, a firm may think out of the box regarding alliance or partnership that lead into the market. In this phase, the domination would be by region and by origination of the product. Instead of by nation or by foreign nation occupancy, it would be divided by region. Back to the skincare example, the skincare company has already established a firm in Japan and Indonesia through partnership. Because it reaches Korea and Malaysia, you don't have to establish another partnership in the two new countries. Instead, in this case, because Japan and Korea shares somehow the same lifestyle, thus both countries can be a region. While Indonesia and Malaysia are neighboring countries, thus they can be another region.
Last stage is global marketing. This involves planning, producing, placing, and promoting a business products or services in the worldwide market. In this phase, you are already introducing your product for a global competition.
In global marketing, you need to exercise three marketing activities. First, the standardization efforts. Standardizing marketing programs across different countries, particularly with the respect of the product offering, promotional mix, price, and channel structure. Such effort increase opportunity for the transfer of products, brand, and other ideas across subsidiaries and help address emergence of global customers. Standardization effort is you are going to standardize your product to the country where you are going to export your products. It doesn't anymore follow the culture of the birthplace of the product, but it would be under the standards of the country where it will be exported. Second, coordination across markets, reducing inefficiencies and duplications of effort among their nation and regional subsidiaries. In this phase, you will be constantly connecting the subsidiary companies or the regional companies that you have started or established in order to gain that standard. Third, global integration. Participating in many major world markets to gain competitive leverage and effective integration of firms' competitive campaign across these markets. In this phase, you are going to introduce your product in different platforms in order for you to have positive gains. So, for the evolution of global marketing, it has 5 identifiable stages. First is domestic marketing, where you started your business into your home country and ethnocentrism is highly. Second, export marketing is where your product is welcomed and embraced, adopted by foreign clients. Third, international marketing. In this phase, your product is already occupying numbers of countries. Let's say, for example, 4 countries, and you have 2 options to widen up your business. You can take it through exports, or you can have an established firm for every country. Fourth is multinational marketing. This is where your product is occupying more nations, and in this phase, you are going to have regions. The domination would be by region. And number 5 is global marketing, in which your product already reached the worldwide market. In this phase, you are going to practice 3 marketing activities that will solidify your business. We're down to the last part of this discussion, which is theories of international trade and the multinational enterprise.
First up, we have comparative advantage theory that suggests countries will engage trade with one another, exporting the goods and services relative advantage in productivity.
Comparative advantage theory is an arithmetic demonstration that a country can gain from engaging trade even if it has an absolute advantage and disadvantage. Trading countries will benefit from trade by specializing in what each country can produce relatively more efficiently. For an example, Philippines has the vast variety of rambutan and durian as an agriculture product from senior high school production. This is in exchange with Japan's electronic gadgets for educational purposes.
Second, international product cycle theory helps explain why and how a company initially extends its market horizons abroad and how foreign competitors shape global competition over time and place. This theory has 5 stages of life cycle, according to Raymond Vernon. First stage is the introduction, the promotion of new product to the market.
At this stage, customers are not aware of the product. Hence, sales and profit will be low. The competition will also be low in the market.
Second stage is growth, where the popularity of the product in the market will have an increase.
The production company has to increase its promotional budget. The number of sales will also increase. Hence, the cost of production decreases.
Third stage, maturity. There's an increase in the sale volume and demand level is relatively low at this stage.
In maturity stage, many consumers are aware of the product and finding new customer is difficult. Even though the number of competitors have increased at this stage, business is still juicy at this stage. Everything seems to be favorable to the producers.
Fourth stage, saturation. Competing companies will have taken some portion of the market.
Producer companies do their best to attract new customers, but there will neither be an increase nor decrease in the sales volume at this stage.
Last stage would be decline. The product begins a downward decline in terms of sales, which eventually affects the profit margin.
The economic viability of continuing with the business declined drastically. At this point, the company can choose to discontinue the production. Another possible scenario is for the production company to shift its business to a developing country.
Third, internalization or transaction cost theory. This provides some answers to how to manage multinational operations in a very competitive world.
Transaction cost theory is based on the principle that cost will rise when you get someone else to do something for you.
Fourth, resource-based view and appropriatability theory. First, RBV is a model that sees resources as key to superior firm performance.
RBV, or resource-based view, is an approach to achieve competitive advantage that emerges in 80s and 90s. This argues that organizations should look inside the company to find sources of competitive advantage instead of looking at competitive environment for it. So instead of looking out, sourcing out, RBV views that you need to look inside the company for competitive individuals.
Appropriatability theory gives the idea that appropriate resources must go with the development of the product. This is true in the scenario of developing countries where multinational corporations has limited roles.
For theories of international trade and multinational enterprise, we have discussed 4 theories. First is comparative advantage theory, where there will be a trade in which Philippines traded its best variety of rambutan and durian produced by senior high school to Japan in exchange of electronic gadgets for educational purposes. Second is international product cycle theory, in which we have discussed about product life, where there are different stages of life cycle of a product. The 5 stages shows the comparative changes in trade market. Third is internalization or transaction cost theory. This theory concentrates on the idea that it will be more beneficial if you get someone else to do something for you. Fourth is resource-based view and appropriatability theory. Resource-based view argues that organizations should look inside the company instead of sourcing out for more productivity or more resources. Appropriatability theory explains the limited role of multinational companies placed in the developing countries. Thank you so much for listening in this discussion. I hope you have understand why globalization is imperative. This is Charisse Del Excel. Thank you.